baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator. The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Everybody, welcome to the Brink of Sanity, episode 402. I am Jay. How you doing, Mark?
I am good. I don't know what about starting the show makes me want to sniffle, but I cannot resist sniffling at the start of every show.
Awesome. Happy you say.
How you doing, Jay?
Good. So I got you have questions for
Oh,
me?
I was saying this is week 2 of our new plan to announce our topics at the beginning of the show. Are you
Yes.
ready to announce our topics?
Yes. So I have a pop culture reference that I think you're not going to understand. So I will
I'll
explain
never.
that to you.
Okay. I have a comedy bit that I'm going to try. A premise I'm going to say, and we're going to try to build on that. I think that'd be a funny idea.
All right. I have a new conspiracy that I want to read you.
Okay. I have a couple mainstream things I wanted to mention that I think are absolute scams.
All right. I have it's a political story, but it's funny. I don't want to do like ranty political stuff, but this one's funny.
Nah. And I have a demographic information that I thought was a weirdly worded demographic question that I wanted to share with you from a job application.
Okay. And I have a batshit crazy college course that I want to run past you.
You're doing back to college?
Yes, going back to college.
Awesome.
Specifically for this class.
Okay.
There you go.
And we have some emails. And we are doing our show. I had 2 questions before we go to our topics.
Okay.
First question for you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I just saw this and I just found it. What do you think if you live in Manhattan, what do you think, how much do you have to earn to be in the 20th percentile, top 20% of household income? So what number gets you to like, but I guess the 20, what's the line for 20%? How much do you earn just to like get there? Not 10%, not top 5%, not top 1%, top 20% of households in Manhattan.
There's a lot of rich people in Manhattan. I'm going to say...
A lot of rich people. But if you remember, like in 2008 or 9, they had like everyone's talking about the 99%, the top 1% and all the... Like the top 1% is the problem. How much is the top 20%? What's the minimum you have to earn to be in that top 20% of households in Manhattan?
I'm going to say $300,000.
$300,000. You think households...
$300,000.
$300,000 gets you into the top 20% of households in Manhattan. That's why things are so expensive.
The average salary in the United States, I believe, is 55 to 60, something around there.
Okay. I think I saw in this article the median income in New York City is $75,000, something in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to be in the top 20%, the line is $545,000.
There is a lot of rich people. There's a couple million people in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so we're talking
there's
like
a couple, there's like
hundreds
8
of
million
thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people. If there's over 1 million making over 500,000. If there's 8 million people there,
I think I might have that number wrong. How many people live in Manhattan? It might be it's 2 million. How? I have to Google this.
if it's 8 million, that's over 1.5 million people making over $500,000 a year. That's why.
No. The island of Manhattan is 1.6 million people, according to 2020. Because I'm thinking of like when you say 8 million, I think that's just New York City, all the boroughs. But
right.
It's still a lot of money though.
Yeah.
So 1.6 million, and that's households. So I don't know how many actual households there are.
This is why we can't get tickets to anything anymore.
Yes, to be in the top 20% of households. I can't believe I get like I would think I would have. What would you have assumed 550 got you? Top 5% of households?
No, New York's expensive. I would have went top 10.
Okay. Yeah, New York City. So everyone, if you're not from Manhattan, you should totally move here. It's amazing.
Anthony says hi from Cancun. Living the highlight.
What's going on? Good for him. He's living a better life than we are if he's in Cancun right now. The other thing I was going to ask you, have you been following the story of Bob Menendez or Robert Menendez, the senator from from New Jersey?
No.
Okay. So basics of the story. He's in the Senate. He has been accused. He was on the Foreign Relations Committee, or he might have been the head of the Foreign Relations Committee. I don't know. But basically, he's been accused of taking bribes from the country of Egypt to basically curry favor. They gave him money, and they curried favor for Egypt. Blah blah blah. Corruption. Who cares? And so, my question to you, Jay: if you were the senator, when they raided his house, they found like gold bullion. They found like they think they have him dead to rights. Like this, it looks pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you were the senator, everyone says, "Hey, this is an embarrassment to the Senate. You need to resign and step down from the Senate." So I was talking to someone recently, and they said they were talking about this, and they were like, "I cannot believe he doesn't resign from the Senate. It's absurd." What would you do?
I would point to all the other absurd people. I mean, we had George Santos, who literally lied about everything. You have Boebert, who just was rubbing some guy's junk in the middle of a theater like a couple days ago. I mean,
I think taking bribes from the country of Egypt is worse than probably what both other people did. But all I gotta think is that you're in the Senate. Once you resign from the Senate, you have zero power.
Mm-hmm.
At least why you're like, yeah, you might. The evidence sounds pretty bad, but at least if I stay in power, I have some power. I could do something.
well, there's also no paper trail for a bar of gold.
Well, they had the bar of gold though.
Yeah, but where the
I think there were actual serial number on the bar of gold. I could be making this up. I think there was like serial numbers that trace back to Egypt.
I did not know gold had serial numbers.
I don't know. I think I read that somewhere. I could be completely
I'm
wrong.
picturing like Scrooge McDuck, like just a solid bar of gold that, it's like silky smooth.
I'm assuming like how Scrooge McDuck like swam through his gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's what like Bill Gates does. I'm assuming that's what the really rich people do.
What else would you do with that much money?
I assume Elon Musk just like he basically melts gold and like showers in it.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny, the idea like the guy should step down. I was like, why would you step down? If they have you, like let them like hold on to all the power. Like I would hold on to the power with like just hold on to it as much as you can.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, good for him. I wish the country of Egypt would give me bribes. So if anyone Egyptian listeners are listening and they know people in the government, if they want to bribe someone, I can totally make things happen for them on the Brink of Sanity show.
After Australia, Egypt is our most popular country for listenership.
I think you're telling the truth. Okay, Jay. Tell me about your first topic, Jay.
Anthony said if you had that much money, you could take 10 vacations a year like Mark.
I aspire to get from 9 vacations to 10 vacations a year. I'm going to try to make that happen in 2024.
So in Belgium, they have a new literature course, and it's a Taylor Swift-inspired literature course.
Do you know the USA Today is hiring a reporter just to cover Taylor Swift?
Her fame is just insane. Like, I can't even believe. I mean, she's fine, but like, I feel like her
fame is like this is like this is even beyond like Madonna level fame.
Yeah.
Like the amount people are paying for her concerts. I mean, people like legitimately. USA Today is hiring a reporter just to cover her beat, like just her. There's a course, I guess, in Belgium. I think she's supposedly dating Travis Kelce on the Chiefs. His jersey sale like went through the roof. Everything she touches like just becomes gold, basically.
So they're using Swift's work as a springboard to explore everything from 14th century writings to Margaret Atwood's take on The Tempest. So,
Is her songs that I mean, she's got a very catchy lyrics, but is Shake It Off like that reminds people of Hamlet? I don't.
Yes, we are never, ever, ever getting back together is just like Romeo and Juliet. They're never getting back together because they're dead.
I mean, I get what they're doing because I like there are other courses that like will build on something in pop culture to explain that, like, to talk about stuff that's just more boring, basically, kind of a bridge.
Here's a Taylor Swift lyric that makes me think of very classic literature.
Okay.
A red rose grew out of the ice-frozen ground. with no one around to tweet it?
Yes, that sounds. Is that more like Stephen King? Because like there's a dark side here, or is that more someone else? Robert Frost.
Dostoevsky. That's
Okay.
the first thing that came to my mind.
Is it sad that I know more lyrics from Taylor Swift than I know book titles by Dostoevsky?
You ran out of authors after like one.
I'm so
Stephen
there's
King,
so little I know at
Shakespeare.
this point.
I got nothing else.
Mark, name authors before the 19th century. Shakespeare. Who else? William.
Mark Twain.
I jumped to a poet right away. I was like, Robert Frost. What poetry did he write? Stuff about being cold. I really don't know anything. I cannot believe how little I know. I graduated from. I mean, it really is sad. I went to a solid college. I went to a good college. I'm an educated person supposedly. I don't know anything.
Yeah, you went to kind of like a smart person school.
I did go to a smart person school. I went to Cornell. It's a Ivy League school, and I'm a moron. They should they ask for donations. They should send me money, just not to tell people I went there. Like I go around, people are like, "You don't know that?" By the way, I went to Cornell, and like, Cornell's running around. Don't tell them. Don't tell them you went here.
So yeah, that people are paying money to compare Taylor Swift to great authors of the past.
You know what's the worst part about that class? I'll tell you the worst part of that class is that you're gonna be like, "Ha ha, that sounds funny. I'm gonna take a joke class," and then you're gonna be like, "This is actually one of the hardest classes I've ever been in, and I got an F."
That happened.
Like
to
it'll
me.
be. They always the classes that are made to sound like jokes end up being way too serious, and you're like, shit, like what am I doing here?
One of the hardest classes I took was "Is there life on other planets?" And I thought it was just going to be like us watching like UFO movies, and it was like a mathematical equation of like amount of stars times like planets that might be close enough for life divided by like water. It was like this huge like massive calculation. I'm like, okay, this isn't what I
honestly in that kind of class also, if you're doing all the calculation, I would just stand up in the middle of class and be like, what the fuck are we doing here? We have no idea. Maybe there's life, maybe there's not. It doesn't matter your stupid mathematical equation. This is like asking whether there's life after death. We have no idea.
Yeah, I think the answer was like there's most likely at least 700 planets that have life.
Cool. Well, I know about one where they're this dumb that they're going to these calculations.
I'll leave you with this one last one. Now I'll go and stumble in home to my cats alone unless you want to come along. Ding, you're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to your face because look at your face. You're gorgeous.
Wait, are you doing like Shakespeare or Taylor Swift? I have to guess which one it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was from Macbeth. Othello, maybe. I can name a couple of Shakespeare books. Though I have to say, what's the one where Blank Space? Have you listened to the lyrics of Blank Space? Well, I basically I thought she was very cheesy, and then TikTok brought me to an acoustic version of that song, and she did a little intro to the song about how like she's kind of playing this character because everyone makes fun of her makes fun of the fact that they think she's with a different guy every week or she can't keep a guy. It's pretty kind of clever lyrics, actually.
Okay.
She looked kind of hot in the video.
I have no idea who Blank Face is.
Blank Space.
Blank Space.
The song. You don't know Blank Space?
No.
You first of all, you've heard it 357 times because you exist in America and you cannot avoid these songs.
That's a Taylor Swift song?
Yeah, play it. Just find it right now.
I've probably heard it.
You have to have heard it. Can you find it right? There's no way you haven't heard this song.
You want to
Her songs are that popular that like when you go to the doctor, part of giving you like your vaccine and inoculation includes making sure you know this song.
Blank Space.
It'd be like you couldn't not know Shake It Off.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You can't shake off her songs.
That guy's good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I have a question. There's a game I started playing. Pick an artist that you know really well.
Okay. Am I telling you that?
What am I, fucking Houdini? I'm not going to guess your artist.
Okay.
Tell me who the artist is.
Led Zeppelin.
Okay. So I'm going to pull up Led Zeppelin on Spotify and see how many guesses it takes you to pull up, to name the 5 most played songs of Led Zeppelin. And this is probably a pretty easy artist. But how many guesses does it take to get this? Top 5 Led Zeppelin songs. Top 5. This is, so Spotify, have you used the app?
Yeah.
Okay. So it basically has, for every artist, it has the top 5 most streamed songs.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So 1 through 5. See if you can get it.
Stairway to Heaven.
Number 1. Kind of an easy one.
Immigrant Song.
Number 2.
Now it gets a little more.
Gets a little harder here.
Kashmir.
No.
Really? Okay.
No.
Um.
They're all, the other 3 are very popular.
Okay. Black Dog.
Number 4. So you're missing 3 and 5.
3 and 5. I wonder if they're all on the same album.
3 of the songs are on the. You named 2 of them already. For the album.
Misty Mountain Hop.
No.
Rock and Roll.
Yes, that's number 5. One more song. This one's a pretty easy one.
Jamaica.
No.
Over the Hills and Far Away.
Okay, I'm not gonna let this bit go too long. A whole lot of love.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
It's a pretty good. I'll give you one more, and they'll go to the next. They'll go to my actual next bit. But give me one more artist.
Okay.
It's kind of a fun, like if you're just at somewhere where you're like, I need something that like make some conversation. It's a fun little bit, fun little game.
Pink
Give me,
Floyd.
give me some of your random artists that no. Well, give me no one wants to hear your random artist. Pick an artist.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Okay, this should be a pretty easy one also. Okay.
Another Brick in the Wall.
Another Brick in the Wall is number 1.
Part 2.
Yes.
Comfortably Numb.
Number 3.
Money.
No.
Really? Okay. Time.
No. I have to say number 4 and 5, I didn't know the names.
Really?
Number 2 is a pretty easy one.
Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
No.
Well, Wish You Were Here.
Yes.
Okay.
4 and 5, I probably, if I hit this, I probably know the songs, but I don't think I knew the names.
Learning to Fly.
No.
Really? Okay. I'm gonna trying to think of their like big hits. Run Like Hell.
No. Both of them are on the same album.
Is it The Wall?
Dark Side.
Dark Side. Really? Okay. But not Money.
Not Money, which I would have thought.
Brain Damage and Eclipse.
No.
Great Gig in the Sky.
Yes. That's
Great
number 5.
Gig in the Sky is number 5 out of all the Pink Floyd songs.
This is the most streamed. They're not chewed. This is just most streamed.
It just seems like a random.
Yeah, number 4 is a little random also.
It's like let's stream like the 8th most popular song on Dark Side.
This is what people are listening to. I was playing the game with my cousin, who's a big Fish fan, and she's like, "Yeah, this list is bullshit because Fish fans don't really listen to Spotify." I was like, "Fine."
I don't know. What's the last one?
Breathe.
Breathe. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my. I want to my first bit for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do So for those that don't. I don't talk about what I do that much on the show, but I'm a recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to give too much about the field I'm in. But I have to sometimes fill out job applications, online applications for people.
We're learning
that I'm
a
submitting
lot
to
about you
jobs.
today.
Yeah, a lot about me. What else have we learned about me today?
We learned that you went to Cornell.
Yes.
I mean, the listeners didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am sharing so much about myself. It's like we're best friends. So I want to ask you, do you want to fill out this demographic? I'm going to give you the demographic question, and do you want to just fill it out?
Sure.
I want to get your answer.
So this is what you have to give to people?
I don't always. So when I fill out stuff, sometimes you have to fill out an online app. Like when I'm submitting someone to a role, sometimes I have to do an online application when submitting them. And sometimes there are demographic questions. Sometimes I fill them out. So if I don't have to fill them out, I don't. But this one I had to fill this out. And so I was supposed to have asked the candidate the question, or I needed to ask the candidate the question, or just fill it out myself. And I just want to ask you this question and see what you would put.
Okay. Andrew wants to know
And
if you've ever recruited a video editor.
I wish. That's my dream. But anyway, so I'm not trying to choose a topic here that's sensitive, but the question is sensitive.
Okay.
So do you, Jay, identify as LGBTQ? Now, I want to give you the options before you answer.
Okay.
Okay.
This is. I feel like this is where it's going to go off the rails because
Well-
it should be yes or no.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be bringing this up if it wasn't like there wasn't something here.
The first choice is yes. You're never going to believe what the second one is. No. Yeah.
By the way,
that was it.
I get like jobs like they want demographic information because there's like good reasons. Does it seem weird to you? What are you doing, Jay? You're checking your phone?
we got a Brink email.
Okay. Tell me, doesn't it seem weird to you that you're like, hi, I want to apply for this job, and they're like, we'd love to consider your application. Who do you like to fuck?
Right. It's so weird.
It seems like an odd thing they need to know about you. Well, who are you? I mean, I think I'm qualified for the job. But before your qualifications, tell me who you're sexually attracted to. I need that information.
Right.
Okay. So, do you identify as LGBTQ? And I'm not going to say anything about who the employer is. Choice A, yes.
Okay.
Are you going to, Jay? Are you putting yes?
I'm not going to put yes, but not that there's
Okay.
anything wrong with that.
Okay. B, no.
Okay.
You're going to put no?
So far this is going normal. Yeah.
Okay. C, no, but I identify as an ally.
So that means if you put no, but not as identify as an ally, that just means like you hate all of those.
That's the problem here. And I couldn't ask the candidate the question because if I asked him, and D is prefer not to say, which I guess is what I could have put.
But that also sounds like
I mean, prefer not to say. I mean, maybe you identify as LGBTQ and you're like, I don't want my employer to know who I like to fuck.
Right.
That's totally fine.
yeah, no, that's reasonable.
But it's weird if you're like, which one do you choose? And the person's like, B. I go for no. Okay. I don't think I want to fill out this application anymore.
That's so weird.
Really? Like it's like you're gonna put no, and you're like, first I saw this. What's the first thing you do when you read this? What's the first thing you do? Oh, I'll tell you the first thing I did. What's the first thing you would do, Jay?
Roll my eyes.
No, the first thing I did was think, maybe I don't know what the word ally meant. Maybe it's some kind of LGBTQ word, like slang or word. I don't know. And maybe it means something. So I looked up the word ally. Turns out it's the regular definition, which was not very helpful. Because I'm thinking like maybe there's some kind of like, no, but and the ally means, but I'm exploring that community. I don't know what it means.
They should add no, but I'm an ally of LGBs, but I don't like T's. I'm kind of on the fence about Q's.
What if there were like 15 choices? And it was like, I'm allies of B's, not C.
Yeah.
They broke it down. I'm allies of L and B, do not like T's. Just letting you guys know.
Complete deal
I'm
breaker.
Cool with the Q's.
Complete deal breaker.
Okay. I'm allies to LBG and T, but I'm allies. I wouldn't do anything with them, but a Q I would do something with sexually. Just want to let you guys know.
So my real one is I'm an ally of LGBT, and I have no idea what Q is.
Oh, is that question?
Well, that's me in real life.
I assume Q meant. Does it mean? I don't think it means. Does it mean? Wait, I don't actually know this. Does it mean queer or questioning?
I've heard both. I think it means queer, but how is that different from L or B or G?
I thought Q was just kind of like undecided.
Questioning. Okay, well,
I don't know. I mean, like I know, like
why
so,
even
like,
add that? Let me we'll add you to the proper bucket when you figure it out.
I know the people in the community will be like gender neutral, where they don't like or gender like non-gendered or something like that. So I guess I would assume that would be, which is fine. I'm not trying to make fun of all that. Just like there's like different boxes. I just feel like, also, are you reading this being like, well, I'm fine with it, but am I an ally? What do I need to do for an ally? And what if you fill it out? You're like, well, yes, I'm an ally, and you get to the job, and they're like, Mark, I'm sure you want to come to the LGBTQ event. You're a big ally, right?
Right.
Oh, I don't need to go to the event. Mark, I mean, you said you're an ally. Did you lie in your job application? No, I'm going to wear a rainbow tie. No, you have to be at the rally. We're going to storm the goddamn governor's mansion.
So Andrew says Q stands for queef. He almost got me I read that while I was drinking. He almost got me.
That's pretty funny. What do you I mean, I guess like, so, but no, yes, obviously means you identify as. That's great. No means, are we just saying no is your like the way of just saying I don't like LGBTQ people?
I don't know. If I see that, then I just prefer not to say, because like we've gone off the rails with it. You know, if you gave me 3 hours, I never would have guessed that.
I couldn't even believe this. I had to go tell my wife. I was like, you don't understand what I just read. I don't understand this. Have you seen this before? I had to tell another coworker, but I was like, I emailed my coworker and I was like, you have to call me because I can't put this in words. I can't put this in print.
That's crazy.
Also, let's say someone got hired at your job, Jay, and you saw their answer to this, and they put no. Could you work with them?
Yeah.
You have no problem if the person's like, yeah, I don't like them.
Well, if he says I don't like them, that's one thing. If he just checks no, like,
checking no kind of says I don't like them, because I feel like see the word ally and you're like, I'm not an ally.
I don't know. I find the whole thing. Maybe he just finds it as ridiculous as I do, and he just checks on no.
Wouldn't it be really funny if you answered no because you didn't read the rest of the choices because you're like, well, I'm not LGBTQ, I don't need to read C and D.
Right.
And you get to work, the job, and everyone's like, yeah, Mark, I guess you probably don't accept Bill here because we saw your answer. My answer to what? What? We know you don't like gay people, Mark. What do you? We saw your answer to what?
Yeah, I would have checked no as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to until I read C. Good thing, you know what the worst thing would be? You know, like you answer questions and sometimes they have like A and B are on one page and C and D are on the second page.
Yeah.
You never make it to the second page and people are like, dude, that's pretty messed up. Your views on LGBTQ. You're like, what did I do? You didn't read the second page?
Or that professor that puts a double-sided test and doesn't tell you, and you think you finished in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, is that like the what is that test everyone has taken in elementary school where it was like you have to do all these things but you have to read the whole exam before doing it, and then the last thing says don't just sign your name and don't do anything above it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, 3rd grade art class, and I was like, it took the entire class, and I was like, why is my teacher like messing with me right now? It was so
I mean, because it's kind of like it obviously almost the entire class does not read all the directions like they're supposed to.
I think
the first thing says read the
one
directions.
person got it right.
Yeah, and it turns out like every person in America has taken that. More people have taken that exam than know any books by Dostoevsky. I can't pronounce his last name. His name.
It's just a stupid.
Can you spell that?
No.
Come close.
Can anybody who isn't Russian spell any Russian names? It's like all consonants.
What did he write?
War and Peace, right?
Oh, War and Peace. Yeah. Okay.
You can tell who reads and who doesn't.
I definitely don't read. I definitely Jay's by the way reading a book right now that predicts the entire COVID crisis in 2014.
It's crazy. It's like these aliens spread this like disease that turns people into maniacs and like killing everybody. And there's this section where it's just like it's a whole page of like fake Twitter posts. And this is from 2014, and it's like, I'm not taking they come up with a vaccine for this alien thing, and it's all these people going, I'm not taking the vaccine. This is just big pharma trying to trick us, and like it's so.
Jay sending me like the page. It was literally just replaced the word alien virus with COVID, and it's dead on with stuff I've read online.
And then a couple of chapters later, it was like a guy who wrote a blog, and the whole thing was talking about big pharma and trying to trick us. And I'm like, this is just like an InfoWars article. This is crazy.
Jay, do you? I have a question, Jay. Are you an alien, or are you are you yes, no, or but an ally of the aliens?
So I already clicked no when you asked if I was an alien. I didn't realize it was going to be a third option. Now I've started an intergalactic incident.
It would be really tough if you actually had to. They gave the demographic question out loud because you would just say no, and they're like, you might not want to say no yet. You're like, what could the next option be? Okay.
So this next story is it's about ChatterBait.
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 Jay's favorite site in the web.
So there was a
Jay, what do you use more often? ChatterBait or Google?
It's close. So there was a candidate running for House on the Democratic side, and it turns
Jay is getting a little political here.
it turns out she had a ChatterBait page, and people were leaking her videos. And she,
By leaking, you mean like they were just like on the web, like they are?
well, that's the that's where the gray area comes in, because she said they leaked her videos, and other people were like, "You live streamed them," so like.
Oh, so you have to, is it behind like a paywall, I guess? Like in the sense of like, I imagine any artist on ChatterBait, you have to pay to see them, right?
No, it's completely.
You don't have to pay.
It's completely free. You can pay. A lot of them have like a tip menu.
Oh,
So-
like a stripper, like you pay, like you tip them.
yeah. Or you could take them into a private room and like tell them what you want them to do, and that's pay. But like,
Okay.
most people are just out in the
How
open.
much do you, Jay, just in case you happen to have this information, how much does it cost to take a ChatterBait stripper into a private room?
They make their own rates, so
Well, give the ballpark.
could be it's by tokens. It could be 10 tokens a minute. It could be 50 tokens a minute. Basically,
Can you
like,
translate that into any monetary system? I understand.
10 tokens is $1
Okay, so $1 to take them to a private room.
for a minute. It's per minute.
Oh, so this is like a sex line call, kind of.
Yeah. Well, look. Okay. So most of them.
Can I
are,
ask you a question?
Yeah.
In the utopia known as Brinkland, does everyone get kind of like food stamps? Do they get tokens for for ChatterBait?
That's
free tokens.
like a monthly stipend.
A monthly ChatterBait. Yes, in the utopia known as Brinkland, Jay, our ruler, will give everyone give everyone a certain amount of tokens for online ChatterBait.
There you go. So basically, she's saying her life was her privacy was invaded, and
Because they didn't tip.
I guess since she started running, people record this stuff. You're not supposed to, but
You're not supposed to record them.
right.
Well, I mean, like it's technology. If you're doing it on the computer, can't anyone just record you?
Yes.
I'm like,
Somebody could take our live stream right now. They could be recording it.
right. Like we're recording it.
We're
I think.
recording, but somebody else can be too. Somebody else can be just capturing.
So you're saying if
their
I
screen.
run for the house, someone's going to show this, and I'm going to be done.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I mean,
But she was broadcasting herself, and her thing is my privacy was, you violated my privacy, but by showing other people the stuff I broadcasted,
right.
I streamed.
Yeah, so somebody probably recorded the live stream and then uploaded it to a porn site or something.
Okay. Wait, are they saying that she they put on a porn? That's why she's upset, or because they showed voters this thing?
I think she's upset because they showed voters. I think like when she started running, she stopped streaming and figured that was the end of it, not realizing that there's somebody recording pretty much every live stream ever and putting it somewhere.
I feel like you should get all righteous about it and be like, yeah, I was stripping for money, but you know what? At least I'm not taking money from the oligarchs that run our country. I'm not that kind of whore.
I think she was doing more than stripping. It seems like she was doing streams with her husband. So this
Okay.
is probably like straight up porn.
I am in a consensual relationship, and I'm just bragging about our lovemaking. I'm not these whores in government. I think they should really you should make that part of your campaign. Like that should be in our campaign commercial. Look, I am having consensual sex with my significant other. I am living a holy life, and we're trying to get small donations via coins and I guess flowers that are tipped to me on ChatterBait. Because I am running the most wholesome campaign that can be run. I'm not taking a single dollar from lobbyists, corporate donors, just people who would like to whack off. Like real Americans.
There you go. America.
America. Fuck yeah. America. Fuck yeah. Is she dropping out or is she winning in the polls?
Which polls? The stripper polls?
Do they say how she's doing? Like, is she dropping out or like is she like being like, fuck it, I'm going for it?
There's no update on how she's. I'm guessing that she's not doing great.
Don't you think that should be like? It'd be great if she like won.
Yeah, I mean, she probably should have waited till her ChatterBait account got more popular. She only had 5,700 followers, so.
Do you think this helps her? Like maybe running for maybe is there a chance that she wanted this like was something that she purposely leaked to just build up her like her entire point of running for Congress was just to build up her ChatterBait profile?
That would be a bold move.
Wouldn't that be a pretty good move?
Mm-hmm.
Because I imagine she went from, you said 5,000 subscribers or how many subscribers? Or views or what?
5,700.
5,700. Is it subscribers or views?
Subscribers.
Okay. So she probably goes from 57. Maybe she can start her own OnlyFans site now. And she goes from 5,700 to like 100,000. Like before, you're like, I don't give a shit about seeing this like middle-aged woman like nail her husband. But now you're like, the person running for Congress? I got to see that shit.
I think the account is deleted. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, she should have stayed on there. She's missing the gold mine.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Well, what's her name?
I don't know what. I deleted.
Don't you want to tell everyone to vote for her?
I wonder if she's even running anymore.
I hope she's running still. Can you find her name?
Yeah, I'll find her name.
Anyway, I think if you can figure out what her name is and you live in her county, you should vote for her because it would be funny.
So her name is Susanna Gibson.
Okay, Susanna Gibson. Where's she running?
She is running. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay. It'd be great if she used like reference that stuff, like in like when they're trying to pass bills, and she's like, I cannot vote for this because I've taken bukkake in the face, but I've never had the pharmaceutical industry do to me what I would never let the pharmaceutical industry do to me what they're doing to you.
Virginia's
like a kind of a purple state.
Yeah.
Leans Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she gets it.
All right.
Okay. Jay, are you tired?
I'm always tired.
Do you wake up tired in the morning?
Yeah. I wake up tired and I stay tired all day.
I know you do the CPAP. Does it help? Does that without the CPAP? I guess you functionally can't sleep without the CPAP because you're like a broken human being.
Yeah.
But if you woke up without the CPAP, you would be pretty tired, right?
Yeah.
And with it, you're kind of do you have energy in the morning?
I get to work.
Okay. So I have to
like
say, I wake up as you get older. I feel like you just like when you wake up, you're like more and more tired. I want to say, I wish at this point in life, when I woke up in the morning, I wasn't tired. I didn't want to go back to sleep. I wish I had the energy of a racist. The racists have so much energy. They wake up, they're like, I got to go burn a cross. I got to go hate people. I'm like, I just hate the day. You actively want to be mean to people. I wish I had that energy.
Yeah, you made a Twitter account for us just for us to look at political stuff because I didn't want it mixed in with the Brink stuff. And you followed all the worst, most hateful people. And I'll go on in the morning and they're already tweeting at 8 in the morning, the most vile shit. And I'm like, you just wake up furious and just start tweeting away. It's weird.
They're waking up and they're like, how do we take the vote away from blacks and Hispanics? And I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, how do I brush my teeth before going to work?
Yeah, I'm like, how quickly can I get back into bed?
I am so tired. There's no way I have the energy. I barely have the energy to take a shower. And these people are like, I need white supremacy. I'm like, I fucking need an hour more of sleep.
Yeah.
I need alarm clock supremacy.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe you got to really, really hate something. And then you could exist through the day, not half asleep.
Yeah, I want the motivation. I don't want the hate. I don't want to hate things or be mean to people, but I just want their energy. I wish you can it'd be hey, like a motivational speaker. Listen to me. I'm going to make sure you attack life the way some people like to attack Jews.
Right.
Like, I mean, look at the people who are they're like, Hitler was like, I'm going to wipe out every Jew on the European continent. I'm like, I don't think I could wipe out all the ants in my kitchen. It's unbelievable the energy of these people, like, and the hate. Like, it's almost like it's stronger than coffee.
Yeah.
I drink coffee. All coffee does for me at this point in life, it gets rid of the headache I would have if I didn't have coffee. It doesn't
You're
wake
at
me
the
up. It
addiction
just
phase,
removes the
yeah.
headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything else for me. I should try, like, it should be like, have you thought about trying hate? Tell me more about hate. Well, hate, that will give you energy. You don't know how, like, if you're like, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, do I want to post anything online? Should I post anything on, with hate, you'll go on there and be like, oh, these goddamn Jews or these goddamn Chinese people don't know. You will not believe how much, like, it's amazing. Those people, they have families, they have jobs, and yet they're also in a club where they're trying to, like, commit domestic terrorism. I couldn't even round up friends to do this.
Just be a doctor and write prescriptions for hate. All right,
Yes.
So for the next 14 days, I want you to hate on this group, and if that doesn't work, we'll move on to this other group I got for you.
Doc, I don't know, Doc. This CPAP thing, I can't sleep on my back. It's not working. Is there anything else I could do, Doc? Have you tried racism? What's that? What's that? Well, if you can pick some communities and try to really just think terrible things about them, it just gives you more energy.
I'm prescribing you 15 tweets a day against the immigrants, and come back in 14 days. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You imagine if you were like, they interviewed Usain Bolt after he wins, like, the gold medal, and they're like, Usain Bolt, how did you beat everyone? How did you, like, have it in you to, like, just push past everyone in the 100-meter dash? I just thought the whole time about how much I hate Scottish people.
Are you calling
Those
them-
fucking Scottish people, and that got me going.
Are you calling him Hussein?
Hussein? What is it?
There's no H.
It sounds like Hussein, though, right?
I guess, yeah.
Hussein. Maybe I'm thinking of a different sprinter. His brother, the brother with a very fast brother with just a much worse name.
That would be funny if it was Hussein and Hussein.
Hussein, you're like, Mom, you fucked me with that H, didn't you?
The Brink of Sanity, gmail.com is our email. Lorenzo writes, hey guys, fast food chain Wendy's plans to open 200 stores in Australia from through 2025. As there isn't one.
Do they have Wendy's already there, or is this like a guess?
As there isn't one here yet, what are we in for?
Oh, I should have waited for the rest of the article, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of like that, like choice C in that demographic question. Wendy's, I think, is one of the better of the. If you're gonna have to eat fast food, I think it's one of the better.
I think it's better than McDonald's and Burger King.
If you had to rate them, the actual burger is worse.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I think the burger itself is probably, I would say,
I think McDonald's has the worst burger out of all of them.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think Burger King, the Whopper at Burger King is the best of the. Is it the Whopper? Or is the Whopper? I think that's the best of all their sandwiches.
Maybe. Wendy's has a good spicy chicken sandwich. They got the Frosty, which is
I was gonna say, once you get past the burger, everything else at Wendy's is awesome.
yeah. It's not a shake and it's not ice cream. It's somewhere in between. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's good.
It's really tasty. You're not eating ice cream. You're eating something that's probably worse for you, but you don't think about it because it's called the Frosty.
And they have chili, which is good.
I was gonna say, in college there was a Wendy's, and I'd go by there all the time to get a Frosty because it's not really dessert. I'm not getting ice cream. I'm just having a Frosty. Their chili's awesome.
The chili's really good. You could dunk the fries in the Frosty.
You can they have a potato. You can put the chili on the potato.
Baked potato, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Wendy's is good.
Wendy's is
Don't eat their breakfast. It's absolutely disgusting.
I didn't know they serve breakfast.
It's so bad. It's the worst breakfast out of any chain.
I think McDonald's is known to have the best breakfast, right?
I like Burger King's better because they have it on a croissant. I'm not a big what do you call it? Biscuit fan.
Just pure tastiness, though. I would say Taco Bell beats all these, right?
Oh yeah, not even close.
Taco Bell's the tastiest. Wendy's is up there. I put Burger King ahead of McDonald's. The McDonald's fries are better than Burger King fries.
Yeah. But
And then
I don't know. They're all getting pretty shitty fries lately.
Okay, so basically our advice, Lorenzo, is try the Frosty and the chili.
Taco Bell has the best fries out of Burger King, Wendy's, and
I've-
McDonald's.
I see them in the commercial. I've never tried them. Is that
Yeah.
like the spicy fries?
They're like the Popeyes Cajun fries. They're good.
I like Cajun fries.
One-
Popeyes is pretty good also.
Lorenzo writes, Popeyes has the best chicken sandwich out of anything.
Not what's the one that hates homosexuals?
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
It's
Yeah.
way better than Chick-fil-A's.
By the way, Chick-fil-A identified. They said they chose B on that test, on that demographic question.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, here's another great moment in Brink history. On February 15th, 2015, wow, 8 years ago.
Wow.
What happened?
Wait, what's the date?
February 15th, 2015.
I only asked what the date. I was still in New York. I wanted to know if I was still in New York City. I was still in New York City. I moved in that summer.
It could be a clue. What happened that caused Mark to be silent for almost 2 whole minutes? That for you, that's got to be a show record.
2 whole minutes I was silent.
Wow.
It could mean someone else was talking, but I usually am not silent while people are
That
talking.
usually doesn't stop you. No.
No. Something happened.
You had to
I
have been
was si-
shocked by something.
February 15th.
February 15th, 2015.
Um,
So you were in the city. I was in Queens.
the Super Bowl was probably the weekend before.
Yeah, I don't think anything would have happened with the Super Bowl or like NBA All-Star Weekend.
It's the day after Valentine's Day, 3 days before my birthday.
The Valentine's Day thing could have been
Yeah, but I'm married, and Valentine's Day is not like that exciting when you have kids, or generally. But
Yeah, I don't think any of us did anything crazy for Valentine's Day. Well, let's go to the next clue. That wasn't even the clue yet. Clue number 1. Will was on this show along with Mark and Jay.
okay,
Will was on the show. Okay.
Will's your old co-host from your
Public access show?
public access show. Okay,
Mhm.
he was a bit zany.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, if anyone wants to, Jay, they used to do a public access show. Jay has an amazing bit or amazing sketch he does with Will revolving what was it, the MSM Butterfly.
Yeah. It's on YouTube at Brink of Sanity is our handle.
It's not TTIT whatever anymore.
It is, but they added handles. So
Okay.
it's easier to just say handle at Brink of Sanity on YouTube.
So much easier than Jay being like TITLBLCXMY.
Well, our public access show is called The Incredible Thing of Will and Jay. So TITOWAJ. Because I made it the YouTube channel
Quite an explanation, Jay.
2008 when that's all I had going. So anyway.
Yeah. Before you knew that you'd waste your time with this show.
So did Will do anything that shocked you? Probably. I can't think of what it is.
I have no idea. Can we just go to the next clue?
Will started it, but then Jay jumped on board. Yeah, I figured Will started it. I can't imagine what he would do to...
What? I go to the next clue. I have no idea.
Clue number 3, do-over. Do-over.
Okay, keep going, Jay.
Clue number...
Lorenzo is, the show, be able to ask questions about this is insane.
I love these.
It's awesome, but just like, holy crap.
Clue number 4, Flushy.
Flushy.
I seem to remember something going on with that.
This wasn't the toilet paper thing, like turn the toilet paper over.
No.
Flip the toilet paper. That was, I think,
He was
what's his
talking
name?
about Flushy the something. Okay. So
I have no idea.
in a true story segment, someone in New Zealand had a retarded baby and they decided to leave it at the hospital. Will went quite extreme in support of ending the life of the retarded baby, and Mark was the quietest he's ever been. Will suggested flushing the baby while Jay nicknamed him Flushy. And that was another great moment in Brink history.
You gotta kill the baby. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is where we're going.
I mean, what are you going to do with the retarded baby, really?
I know. I mean, like, really, what are you gonna do with them?
You're gonna wipe its shit for like 45 years?
You gonna raise it and throw things at it? Come on, just flush it.
Yeah, flushy.
You remember there's like a bad made for TV movie where someone flushes a an alligator, but like a baby alligator down like the toilet, and then the alligator becomes like huge in the sewer and attacks like people.
No.
It was like a kind of made for TV movie. I'm picturing that like the retired person's like lives in the sewer, becomes really big and attacks the city. Some reason getting flushed and the flush down makes it like 15 feet tall.
That would be amazing. I would totally watch that movie.
It'd be King Kong, the retarded King Kong.
It's like a Toxic Avenger, but like a retarded. What it's retarded.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
the entire movie consists of it like destroying the city, and then people being like, "We have to stop this retarded King Kong." And the reason they can't stop him is every time they try to stop him, people are like, "You can't call him retarded. He's not. That's a bad word." And they're like, well, "What the fuck am I supposed to call him? He's destroying the city." You need to use proper. He has feelings. You can't call him retarded. It's a bad word.
Everyone's trying to figure out how retarded King Kong is rampaging the city, and the parents who flushed him are like trying to hide and not be noticed because they know. They know.
They know. I don't know how this could have happened. It seemed like it happened near your house, Steve. Yeah. What a coincidence. Holy shit.
The toilet paper. To flip the toilet paper was with Dustin the comedian.
Oh, okay. The retarded King Kong is he keeps saying your name. Daddy Steve. It's not me. Not me. What a coincidence.
Thank you, Andrew, for the Dustin. Andrew's also the show historian.
We have some show. All we have is show historians and other people that don't listen.
Yeah.
What else, Jay? Do you have your next? Do you do 2 bits already, or 3 bits? Topics?
Oh no, I have more. Where
Give me jump into your next topic, Jay.
Okay. So, I still got like 3 more.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Good for
let's go. Conspiracy theory.
Okay, conspiracy theory. Okay, do you want me to guess the conspiracy theory? You gonna give me like clues?
You're never gonna guess this.
Give me some clues. See if I can guess this.
Okay. So, this is from a group. It's a private group, and somebody has infiltrated it, and they post screenshots of all the most insane posts.
Okay.
And so this person said, "I have to have a tooth pulled. What should I do?"
I have to have a tooth pulled. Okay, so the dentist, you cannot go to a dentist because the dentists are controlled by the Jews.
No.
And I don't know why that'd be a problem, but go on.
It does not have to do with the Jews.
Okay, so I'm guessing also 9 out of 10 conspiracies on that site have to do with the Jews, but go on.
No, actually.
Okay. By the way, I want to point out I'm a Jew. I just think that like every time they have conspiracies, at some point someone brings up the Jews.
No. So, do not take the anesthetic, as this contains the COVID vaccine.
The anesthesia contains that's how they're giving it to you?
That's what Phil thinks. Indy says, "You are right to be cautious. It is in the anesthetic, and I just can't post it here." Pre says, "Spray with Kaleido Silver. Never been to the dentist for years now."
I think that stuff actually turns you silver. Like there's it's something that like a lot of like fake vitamins, fake medicine online has in it, and it eventually will change the color of your skin. Have you heard of that stuff before?
No, I have not.
Kaleidos, it's like something that like InfoWars would sell as like take this, it'll cure you, and it literally will change the color of your skin.
So for the anesthetics, Cameron said they are taking strong magnets and getting graphene out of the vials first. I've seen the videos.
Is one of the people posting here the retarded King Kong that attacks the city?
They all are. So it's a whole commune of fleshy babies.
It's retarded Mothra, retarded King Kong.
So Nish says his dentist managed to find one without graphene, and he even managed to check it under a microscope to be sure.
I mean, how hard up do you have to be as a dentist for clients that you're like, okay, just check under the microscope. Can you just pay me the goddamn copay?
And Sarah says, to test this for yourself, ask for a vial, warm it up to about body temperature, and then see the contents under a microscope. $150 microscope is worth it. So you're going to the dentist with a microscope, and you ask for the anesthetic to put in this vial, which you also brought, and then you inspect it, and then he said, okay.
Okay, so they're saying that while you are, most of those people I'm guessing are posting on this. What is this? A private chat group, I guess, right?
It's a private Facebook group. It's called,
Okay.
if you want to try and infiltrate, it's called Died Suddenly Worldwide. And so it's
Okay.
they all think that the vaccine's making everybody die suddenly. And
So-
the vax is in everything. So this guy posts a collage of different conspiracies like every day. Sometimes it's a cell phone. Sometimes it's the dentist. It's amazing.
I'm just thinking that like I'm guessing the graduation rate from high school in that list and that on that in private group is not very high. So you couldn't get through bio, but given a microscope and a slide, you could pick out whether or not the vaccine is in the sample.
Yeah, they look and there's like, nope, no graphene in here.
You could pick that. I mean, like,
Yeah, I know what graphene looks like.
I'm pretty sure you need to be like scientist level smart to figure this shit out. And they are like, I can pick it out. I know it. If I look under a microscope, I know exactly whether graphene is in there.
So this guy is Vaxxers Anti, Vaxxers with 2 X's on Twitter or X.
Oh,
Worth a follow because he posts these collages all the time and they're all hilarious.
I mean, I can't believe there are real people having this real conversation.
I can't believe he's able to do this every single day with a different topic and he hasn't run out of material.
I think there's a comedian, maybe it's Greg Rogel, who has a point. He made a joke about, and I'm not gonna try to do his joke, but like he's made a point about the problem with the internet is basically you had stupid over here, stupid over there, stupid over there, and the internet allows stupid people to find each other and just become dumber. Because beforehand you were like, I'm like, hey, the vaccine's in the anesthesia, and people be like, you're a fucking moron. And you're like, I guess I'm a moron. I'll go home. But with the internet, now you tell people that, and other people are like, you're right. It is there. It really amplifies the power of stupid.
Yeah, it really does. Really does.
Wouldn't it be great if like the day like Facebook was founded, like Mark Zuckerberg, when he first becoming famous, whatever, he's like, I made this because I wanted the dumbest people in the world to find each other.
If you think when he was starting it, if somebody showed him this collage, he would have just been like, burn it to the ground. I've created something evil. Or
is he a monster and he's just like, yeah, I knew this would happen. I'm that smart, and just like, fuck it.
I mean,
I need.
Conversely, he has like $200 billion, so I would probably still let it happen.
Okay, Jay, we're going to take it back. Let's just say you went to Harvard, Jay. You had the idea for Facebook, and someone came to you, I'm from the future. This is what your product will bring. It'll make you billions of dollars, but you will bring these kind of conspiracies and like really amplify them. Would you start it?
Probably, yeah.
What if it was what if they were like, instead of $2 billion, it's going to make you like $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And you're going to spend these conspiracies, but you're probably don't have to work that hard.
Yeah, probably. Do you have more? I have more stuff if you're.
I just want to point out. I wanted to do this in the top 5. I just want to point out 2 things to you that I think are complete. Do you have any mainstream things, Jay, that you think are complete scams? Besides lawns.
Besides lawns.
You don't have to have any. I didn't ask you to do this before the show, but I have 2 things that I feel like I always rant about as being a complete scam and drive my wife crazy about, and the second one is a more like a topic that you probably don't think of.
Okay.
The topic you don't think of, and the reason you don't think of it because you don't have kids, but if you had kids, you would think of this topic.
Mm-hmm.
We just had this in our household: school pictures. Every year, the school hires a company to do school pictures. I have 8,000 pictures from last week of my kids because you have the fucking phones, and they're like, oh, but we have this company that's going to come here, take a picture of your kid, and charge you $50 for that picture.
I can't believe they still have it. I figured the cell phones would have killed that.
Yeah, you would think. You would think maybe in like 2015, you'd be like, oh, the pictures, the cell phone quality pictures aren't that great. We'll
Yeah.
still do high quality. The goddamn pictures you take on your cell phone now are better than anything in the history of man. And yet they still have these companies coming here who have this deal with the schools where they're like, yep, we're going to come there and take pictures of your kids. And if you don't buy the picture, we're going to try to make your kids feel bad about that.
So, which package did you end up buying?
I don't fucking know. I just leave it to my wife. I'm like, just fucking buy the cheapest package and like, just don't tell me about it, 'cause I'm just going to scream. At least they, I understand when they have like the school picture, where they have all the kids together, because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, well, at least they have a picture that's, I guess, whatever that is. But then they also like try to sell you the picture of your individual for your kids. And like my son that was in middle school, there's no even class picture. It's just a picture of him. And they're like, here's $50 for a picture of your kid. I'm like, I have 35,000 pictures from August. I could just, if I printed all these pictures out and they flipped through them, you would see my son in animation.
Before cell phones, that was a big pressure day. You had to deal with
Yeah.
that. You had to go home to your parents with those pictures. So like, you better look good because they're spending money and they don't know what they look. You had to pay first.
You had to pay first, and they also give you a chance to retake them if you don't like the picture. I'm like, holy shit, this is the dumbest shit. Like, how many times you're going to send your kid back also and be like, Johnny, you were a bit ugly today. Try again.
I don't think we had a chance. I think the photographer was there once and that was it. I don't think there was a do-over.
Maybe because of cell phones, they've added a chance to retake now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, back in the day, it was like, that's it. You blinked during
Yeah,
that picture.
'cause-
That was your picture for the whole year.
I mean, remember like pictures used to like it was a big deal getting them printed out. You put them in like books. You'd like be like, oh my God, we got a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
it's like every fucking thing, like everything's a picture, and it's goddamn annoying.
Yep.
The other thing I think is a complete scam, Jay, that is a very mainstream, is vitamins. Do you take vitamins, Jay?
You know what? I decided to just start getting those emergency like packets. I throw it in a cup of water, and it has like 1,000,000% of like every vitamin ever. So
Which one, the emergency or
Yeah.
like a
it's called no, it's called Super C.
Super C? Okay.
Yeah.
You know that like vitamins, do you know how much science is behind vitamins?
I'm gonna guess not much.
Zero. They actually actively lobby against the government that like they don't that there's no science or testing. Like when the government's like, I want to regulate this, they've actively lobbied against that. There's almost no science to back up the fact that you take like a multivitamin and it would help you in any way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad those people are making quadrillions of dollars. That's great.
I'm always like the vitamin industry's a scam. My wife's like, could you shut the fuck up about the vitamin industry? I'm just trying to figure out which school picture we get. But the fucking vitamin industry.
Do you guys have a lot of vitamins?
I don't know. Apparently, my wife takes. I don't know what the fuck she takes. She doesn't take a vitamin. She used to take a multivitamin. She doesn't take that anymore. Multivitamins, they've said there's zero evidence they help. I think there's like a vitamin you take, like folic acid when you're pregnant, but there's some science behind it. And I'm not sure there's much else that's really helpful. She takes something called elderberry, and she's like, I don't get sick. I'm like, yeah, but what's that have to do with it? She's like, it helps me. And I'm like, fine, whatever.
I heard zinc does that.
Yeah, I think that's you know who says that? People that sell zinc.
Although my wife just came back with elderberry gummies.
Yeah, my wife has elderberry, and she claims that she's like, for a long time because I had COVID before her. She's like, you can't say anything about being sick because you had COVID. Then she caught it, and I was like, well,
Did she catch
now
it
you
from
had
you,
too.
or is it a separate incident?
Totally separate.
Well, now she can't talk. How are those
Yeah,
elderberries now?
Yeah, I was like, how well's your elderberry protect you from COVID? By the way, you know it's actually it's like not that easy to get the new vaccine. My wife's been trying to they don't seem to have enough of a supply around us.
My friend's getting the flu and COVID vaccine at the same time tomorrow. That seems like a bad idea.
I did that last year. It was it didn't matter at all.
Oh, really?
They're completely separate. Like, what do you think they're like? They're like, hey, I see you inside his body. We're gonna fucking now duke it out.
Well,
gonna
sometimes you
happen?
don't feel good from each one, so I figured both of them you're going to feel like really bad.
I mean, I guess if you had I've never had a bad reaction from either.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured it's one that we don't have to go to make a second trip.
Andrew got them both at the same time too.
Yeah. Jay, weren't you the one that like got COVID because you put off the vaccine because you were trying to time it better? First time?
Maybe. I think it was because I was. I don't even remember why I was postponing it.
I just remember you were like, yeah, like I was going to time it and get it like next month. Anyway, I have COVID. I feel terrible right now.
Yeah,
Not
wait.
that you can catch it either way, but like,
Yeah. Yeah.
by the way, is your book about the alien virus? Do they have a shortage on toilet paper? Because if they do, then that book really is goddamn like freakish.
No, but I'm not done with it yet, so it might happen.
Wasn't it great when we were like, am I going to have enough toilet paper to survive this?
I don't know why people are hoarding it. People are insane.
Maybe if you went back into that group, they were like I guess that group wouldn't have been formed, I guess, based on the title. But those people were like, we need to get all the toilet paper. That'll save us.
Like, you just don't keep any at your house? Or do you think they're just never going to make toilet paper again?
I guess so. Do you think those people are like? Do you think toilet paper companies are like everyone has bought their supply and no one bought toilet paper like this year?
I remember I went to Rite Aid like that first week when COVID got really bad and like everything shut down, and all the shelves are empty from tissues, paper towels, toilet paper. And I'm like, what are you people doing? Like, why? Why are you walking out with a full shopping cart of paper towels? Like, what is wrong?
And Jay at the same time is like, I should have got here 20 minutes ago.
I wanted like one box of each because I'm not a maniac. But I had some at home, so I was fine.
I do remember though the first time it became like you could buy it online. Like the first time like there was a supply online, like I could buy it from like Walmart online.
Mm-hmm.
I bought like a year's supply.
Why?
I was like, we finally have a ability to buy. Like it was finally easy to buy, so I was so excited. I spent like $200 in toilet paper.
Oh, you didn't do it for like I'm a doomsday prepper and I'm just
no. It was just because like it was so annoying to buy for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Then like eventually the supply caught up, and suddenly you were able to buy it again. And I looked online. I'm like, I could order like 6 packs of this. I'm doing this.
Gotcha.
Not doomsday prepper, more like I have the storage space, and I was just excited by the ability. It was the most exciting time ever for me to buy toilet paper. I kept watching that Walmart. I'm like, I need the tracking details. Okay. It's. I guess it's at the post office. It's going to get me today. I'm so excited.
I think we're about out of time, so we'll save our stuff for next week.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And Jay, will you? I don't know what else I was going to say. Your shirt says nope. What's that from?
I have no idea. My sister got it.
It looks
for
like
me.
it's from something.
I know. My sister got it for me. I don't know what it's from.
Okay.
So at Brink of Sanity on YouTube, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com is our email, obviously. And
wouldn't it be great if you were like, this shirt? There was this girl in the bar who was really hot. I asked her out, and she didn't go out with me, but she gave me a T-shirt.
Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that. And
wait, how soon will it go from? Because every article says X, formerly known as Twitter. When will they drop the formerly known?
they're probably just waiting for it to go back to Twitter because nobody likes X. Andrew says, is Mark excited about the Jets quarterback situation?
Holy shit. It is fucking terrible. They Jets, first of all, they have Zach Wilson, who's just can't play quarterback in the NFL. They signed for his backup, maybe the QB that was available with the least ability.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Right.
I love being a Jet fan.
If you want to leave
the
us
Knicks, we're starting the Knicks podcast again next week, which I'm excited about because I fucking can't stand the Jets already.
If you want to leave us a voicemail, 516-584-4112.
If you want to leave us a voicemail, I'd be shocked because it's been years since someone's left us a voicemail.
It's true, but we do only give out the voicemail number like once every 3 or 4 months. So,
what's the voicemail number again?
and you usually talk through it while I'm giving out the number. So,
What's the number again?
516-584-4112.
Okay.
So,
Exciting.
Thank you for listening, everybody, and we'll be back soon.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's over.
the end.